Hey guys, and welcome back to the old Skool Gunner Fan Cam. I'm joined again by that man, the Gunner's Gunner, Drawnbydre. We're going to talk a little bit about the Benfica game tomorrow, a massive, massive game for the club. And we're going to give our opinions, what we think is going to go on, team selection, new signings, the rumours about Hector Bellerin wanting to go to PSG. We're going to check all that out. So let's just start at the very start. Let's talk a little bit about tomorrow night's game, the must-win clash against Benfica in the Europa League. Just going to ask Drawnbydre what he thinks about the whole about the game and the situation and what's going on at the club. We're going to get into it. Let's start with the Benfica game. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow night? You think we can win?
Sorry. So I'd like to say thanks for having me on again on this channel.
You're welcome.
More collabs to come. And wow, where do we start? So Benfica, last leg was a 1-1 draw. We were away. We got an away goal.
Yeah,
we were away. Yeah, because it was a neutral ground. I forgot. So yeah, we were away. Got the crucial away goal. It was not the performance that we intended. We need better finishers, more efficient finishers up front. Maybe give Lacazette a chance, because Aubameyang got a chance and it's unfair for him to have a chance. And he started against City, so why can't Lacazette play?
I wouldn't play Aubameyang.
Yeah, I'm confident in the game. I think we'll get through, because if we don't, then Arteta's got to go. It's as simple as that. It's the most crucial game in our season. I mean, like, from Arsenal Football Club, depending on the Europa League game, for us, for our benefit for next season, which just shows our standards have dropped. But overall, I think we need to win the game. I'll go with a strong lineup. I'd play, if Partey's 30% fit, I'd play him. I'd play Tierney. I'd play all these players. We can play like our Neni against Leicester, because we know we're going to get smashed by Leicester. It just goes to show our squad depth. Sorry. So yeah, I'd go the strongest 11 for. I don't think Arteta knows the strongest 11, to be honest, because he chops and change every week. But yeah, I'd go with goal scorers. I'd go with get an early goal, and then just we're meant to be the home team. Just retain the ball, no stupid mistakes, just keep the ball, play simple football, and just perform for 90 minutes and get out of there. Don't go plan ahead for the next leg. Just do this game, finish, and relax after that. That'll be a good game, and hopefully we get a clean sheet as well, because that's the most important thing. Because if it ends on a 0-0, we go through on away goals.
Yeah.
The most important thing is to keep our defense the way it is. But we know we can score goals. We know we can create chances. But last week Thursday, we didn't really show that. But I know within ourselves and our team that we can create goals and score goals when we need to. We just need to defend properly, compact, tight. But I say, if I was Arteta, break the deadlock early, get an early goal, and just settle everyone's nerves. But yeah.
Yeah. We had a lot of chances in the first match, which was the away leg. Like I said, we got the away goal, so we're in the ascendancy. I honestly think we'll go through. We have a better team than them. Yeah. I agree with you about Aubameyang. I wouldn't start him in the team.
Mm-hmm.
I would play Lacazette, maybe Martinelli up front, and I also agree with you about Partey. If he's anyway fit, and Tierney, we should play the two of them. I think Benfica will be dangerous. It's do or die. And like you said, we have to kind of keep a clean sheet or keep it tight. At least at the start. Don't be like against City. We played wide open, and we were open to the attack. We really need to... Yeah, I can see it being a tough game. The Premier League match against Leicester, that is not as important as this Europa League game, because let's face it, we're not going to get top 5 anyway. It's beyond us.
Yeah.
So put everything into tomorrow night's game that we get through to the next round. At least try to salvage something from our season. Arteta, I agree with you about that too. I don't think he knows his best 11. And when he doesn't, that's alarming to me, because he should know his best team by now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been in the job a while. He has that little bit of experience. Aubameyang is not at the races. He shouldn't start. He's not been playing well at all. Definitely Lacazette up front, and let's just try to hammer our way through. He's like a battering ram, Lacazette. Let's just use him as that. If Saka's playing and he feeds the ball in, Lacazette will finish it. I would not play Granit Xhaka. I would not play Mohamed El-Neni. Anyone but the two of them. I'm just not fans of them. I'm not going to, everyone has their opinion. I don't like those two guys playing for Arsenal. They give us very little in the midfield. Very, very little. No creation. Sideways passing. Xhaka can score an odd goal, but he's not really up to it. Tomorrow night is a game we need to win, but I believe we can. We have a better team. I'm not too worried about that. I think we'll squeeze through. We have that goal already, like I said. But yeah, it all depends on Arteta's team selection. I mean, the goalie picks itself. The defence, Bellerin now, I think, wants to leave the club. He wants away. That would be a great thing.
I would have started him anyway.
Yeah, I would be really happy if he left ASAP.
Yeah.
I would never be happier. They're talking about Tariq. What's that Brighton
Tariq
player?
Lamptey.
Yeah, this player from Brighton.
Yeah,
looks good. Looks a prospect. You say if we have Tierney on one side, him on the other side, we'd have one of the best attacking, two of the best attacking wingers in the game.
Yeah.
On the back position, Edu is looking into the deal. Of course, former player Edu is trying to get something organised. Yeah, it would be a real bonus if we could offload Bellerin. Because I don't put much faith in him. This guy Lamptey is top of his game. I think it would be a good move for us if we have Tierney and him, both balanced, both rating forward. It would really improve the team a big. Yeah, I mean, what defense would you play against Benfica? Who would you pick in the team to play in our defense, like central defenders?
Yeah, I'd go with Leno. I'd go with Tierney, Gabriel, Louis. Holding can't play because of his head injury and because he got concussion. We were the first team to use the concussion sub, so he can't play the next game. So it's going to be Louise and Gabriel because they got rested on the weekend. And I play Cedric over Bellerin 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cedric any day of the week over Bellerin.
Yeah.
And going back to sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, but going back to Xhaka, in his defence, I've been impressed by performances lately. That's because he's been getting more of the ball and because he's been he's not being pressed as much because against Leeds, obviously they're high pressure, but the way he just dealt with it quickly, he just snapped the ball out wide or he just delivered the ball quickly. But Xhaka has an odd game. Some days he's hot, some days he's cold. You can't get he's like he drops a 5 out of 10 every week. He can't. Some days he goes lower. Some days he stays at average. But obviously, in order to improve, I'd get rid of him as well. Him and El-Neni. But El-Neni's like a workhorse as well. That's what everyone's saying. He presses no matter what. He always gives it 100%, which I rate 100. But he's not good enough for starting.
He can't play a pass. He can't play a pass forward. I mean, he can't actually put the ball through. Tread a ball.
You bring him. What you do? You bring him on just to keep defensive. You keep ball retention, so he just keeps the ball and he just keeps the ticket. Say if we're winning 2-1, he will come on and shore up the defense. But he's a squad player at best. He's not a starting centre midfielder for Arsenal. I'd go out and get Partey. Not Partey. So we've got Partey. I'll go out and get Basuma next to him. That'll be a great midfield, and then somehow get Grealish in the attacking lineup. That'll be outstanding.
Yeah,
for me. Yeah.
The only track and like I said, they're playing to their ability. That's the ability they have. That's the talent they have. It's not like they're underperforming.
Yeah.
That's the limited game. That's the only thing I have. They're actually not good enough. I mean, I don't want to be hating on those two guys. I mean, they give their all when they're on the field, but they're lacking. And the technical ability, I don't know, like Saka comes into the team. Okay, he's playing in a different position. But he comes into the team and you can see that there's improvement to be made because when he came in, he was the star. He's a young guy, you know what I mean? And he was catching the limelight. He was the player everybody was watching and he was instrumental in our games. Everything good against Man City, he was at the heart of it, even though we lost that game. I don't know, it's like you can see that there's voids and there's gaps and there's a lack of creativity because he came in and he provided some of it. And all of a sudden we look a different team. There's definitely room for improvement in those positions. You can find players that can do more. I'm going back a long way now, but I think of obviously they're two of the best midfielders to ever play for the club, Petit and Vieira. When we had them in midfield, I'm going back a long way now, but they could do it all. They could play rough for the 15 minutes when things got tough. They could block, they could kick the ball out, they could track guys back, they could commit a foul, they could do whatever was needed. And then they had the creativeness. They could pass a nice ball. They could pass a ball from left to right, 50 yards in the air,
They could
and land
shoot,
it right onto the
anything.
guy's foot. They had it all going on. You know what I mean? They were defensive and creative. They could switch from defense to attack in a second.
Yeah.
We're not going to find players of that quality so easily, but someone that can actually do that can burst forward. There's tons of players out there, loads of players that we could get that can do a better job than them.
Yeah.
My opinion, you know, I mean, there's big improvement can be made in the midfield. Our midfield is not that good. When Partey's not there, you know.
Yeah. I feel Jack is too immobile. He don't move enough. He's too slow. Like, it's so easy to beat him. Like, if you've got a fast midfielder or a fast winger cutting in, and you can easily run past Xhaka. The amount of times that's happened, even Bellerin now, because he lost his pace. I don't know what they bring to the team, but
Bellerin brings absolutely nothing to the team anyway. Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah, people are gonna say we scapegoat them too, but they just perform badly.
Yeah, he looks sluggish. It's like when he's coming back towards the penalty box.
Yeah.
The team is under pressure, and like we're getting attacked like Aston Villa. They were raining forward. He just looked sluggish in getting across to close the guy down. He didn't have that quick turn. He doesn't turn too well. He can't turn and react and move across and try to close the player down. It's like they bypass him with the ball. He kind of goes back a little bit to try, but he's not quick enough. He's not mobile enough. It's just he leaves us susceptible to it. He's not the only one, but I mean, when he's bang in the centre of the midfield like that, like just hack the ball away, do anything, but he just doesn't seem up for it. I mean,
he loses focus and he gives away a silly foul all the time at the edge of the box. How many times have you seen Xhaka always slide in, get booked for no reason? Like, I mean, I like a good challenge in that, but there's no need to do it when you're 1-0 up and you just scored and you give away a free kick to Ward-Prowse, like, and you know he's dangerous. So it's just stupidness. But anyway, that's what I have to say.
I think Arsenal should look in the Bundesliga, League One. You know what I mean? The French league, the Bundesliga. I mean, it doesn't always have to be Serie A, La Liga. They can look. There's tons of great players in the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
There's tons of great players in League One, French football.
There's still got Guendouzi on loan.
Yeah. A friend of mine is a big fan of his. I'm not so into it, but yeah, I like Thomas Partey and I like Saka. I do not like. I don't know. There's a couple of guys in it. Guendouzi's not bad. He's better than Xhaka.
Yeah.
He's better than Elneny, but I just think we need I would like Partey. For me, is the perfect fit for Arsenal. I like him. Yeah. If we can keep him fit, get the team going. So I'm going to ask you, what do you think about Arteta? What do you think about his future? You think he can? Do you honestly think he can move the club forward? It's not just the players; it's him. I mean, it's the coach.
Yeah. It's gonna be a tough job for him, to be honest. He obviously signed up for it, so we can't say the job's too tough because he signed up for it and he actually got the job. So I don't know how, but he's, as I've stated before, he's not my first choice of a manager. He wasn't. I don't think he was anyone's. He's as a manager, as a coach, maybe as a player coach to help develop Pepe and other wingers.
Player coach.
Like he did at City, when he helped Sterling and Sane develop and Mahrez. But I hope he can do well. In my head, he's saying he can't, but my heart is saying he can. But I don't know. It's going to be a tough job for him. Like, if he loses against Benfica, everyone's going to be onto him. If he dares pick Willian over Saka on the weekend, oh my God, the backlash he's going to get. If he does some stupid decisions, he needs to improve his decision making, like, all the time. I'm not a manager myself, but what's the point bringing on Elneny and Lacazette in the 89th minute the other day, like he did? Like, what's the point? Elneny and Willian. Like, and I've heard this point a lot on Twitter, right? If it comes between Martinelli and Arteta, I'm choosing Martinelli because the talent that this guy's shown, because he's not playing like Martinelli. I don't understand why. Like, I don't know what Martinelli's done. He's a good guy. He's an Arsenal fan as well. Like, he actually plays with heart and determination and he runs for 90 minutes. Whereas you bring on Willian, like you'd rather bring on Willian over Martinelli, which is quite strange and odd.
Ludicrous.
But,
doesn't make any sense.
I know, but
Willian is the worst player at the club, you know.
Yeah, I know, but he seems to. I think there's something in his contract which states that he has to get a certain amount of games, which is fair enough. If he does, he does. You know what I mean? Like if we're losing 2-0, just bring on Willian just because he has to get an appearance. You know what I mean? But I think if it comes between Martinelli or Arteta, I'm choosing Martinelli. Arteta's got to go because he's got. I'm keeping Martinelli 100%. He's our future. He's maybe a future captain. He's a leader on and off the pitch. He brings everyone in the game. I've been watching him recently when he plays. The way he just runs non-stop for the team, which other people don't do. Aubameyang. Like I'm just saying, like Martinelli has good potential and he can bring stuff to the future. But
I'm not
Arteta in and not Arteta out because I've got two reasons. Because some games he does good and you have to give him credit where it's due, but some games he gets it wrong. Although we're still learning, I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, it's going to be a long process." But look, in Italy, right? Antonio Conte, he didn't get no process. We don't believe no stupid process. There's no process. All you just need to do is have good tactics, good budget, and good players. And all you just need to do is keep doing it, and overall, over time, it's going to work. Like, not saying you're going to go invincible next season by not losing a game. But you're bound to lose a game. Like, it's all right. But the stupidness out what he done on the weekend against City, like defend. Just go out and play against them. You've got nothing to lose. You're the underdogs already. Just go out and play, and in that way we can cause an upset, as everyone would say. But I don't know. He shows too much respect. Like even when we played Spurs, he's called Mourinho a great manager. We would do. Wenger wouldn't do that. I don't even think Emery would have said Mourinho's a great manager. It's just showing too much respect. Like, where's the rivalry gone? Where's the intensity? But anyway, that's
probably the same on the training ground. You know, he's on the training ground with the players and he's looking at them. I mean, I agree with you 100% about Martinelli. I knew nothing about Martinelli. The first time I saw him, just driving at the opposition goal and letting a shot go. And I mean, it wasn't a shot in luck. He was powerful, he was direct, and he was dangerous. I mean,
he's clinical.
Yeah, he doesn't give you any time to rest. He has a bit of physicality. He's a big enough guy. He's agile. And like I said, he has an eye for goal. He would smash the ball at the goal. He really let rip. He just let fly with it whenever he saw the goal. I like that about him because it made the defenders on the other team immediately uneasy. They couldn't relax with him. Why doesn't he play that guy? And the guy is so fit. I mean, he can play 90 minutes flat out, running forward, and he's still got something to give in the 90th minute. He's still in there, and he's alive, and he's kicking. The guy is fit. He's young, and he's fit. I mean, you've got a 30-year-old player, and you've got a 19, 20-year-old player. Who do you think is going to last the 90 minutes? They all train, but the younger guys like Saka, him, Smith-Rowe, they have this energy. They have a level of fitness. Their muscles, their bodies are young. I mean, and Martinelli is a good player. They should use him. He's got a brain. You remember the goal against Chelsea?
Yeah.
We hit them on the break. He ran from his own penalty box straight through. And then you see the finish?
Yeah. Composed.
Yeah. I mean, what did he ever do wrong?
I know.
I love that player. I like him big time in the team. Whenever I see his name, I hear his name, I read the story, I have just a good impression of him. I like the player. Why isn't he getting time?
He doesn't do stupidness off the pitch. He's a good guy. I mean, he came into the league from the Brazilian division, right? He kept coming, put his foot down, got with it in pre-season last season, got my approval. I already thought he was better than Nketiah. So straight away when I saw him, I said, no, this guy needs to play. When I saw him on the tour against, do you remember the group stages in the Europa League last season? He was scoring for fun, headers, volleys, open goals. He was tapping them in. The thing is, what I like about him, when he gets a tap in, he doesn't place it. He smashes it in, so make sure it goes in. Like which I like about it. Do you remember the 5-5 game against Liverpool? Yeah, I think he got a brace that game. I think he got a brace that game. That was just quality finishing. It was just, and he's a good header of the ball as well. I think he could replace Aubameyang or Lacazette as a striker. I'd bring him on as a striker, honestly.
He's got an eye for goal. He's got physical strength.
Yeah, he's got the physical presence as well, and he's got the pace, so he can burn up defenders. Like, he's a nightmare. You can bring on at the 60th minute, 70th minute. You can bring on, and then he'll run it down. He won't give no defenders a chance to play with the ball or use their head to think. He could just run at them and then cause a mistake. And in that way, Pepe's always up there and to support him. But I don't understand why they don't play Martinelli. They'll rather play Willian over Martinelli. It's very stupid. I mean, like, as I said before,
the only thing they have in common is that they both come from Brazil, and that's it.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. And when it comes down to it, as I said before, I'm always choosing Martinelli over Arteta. Simple as.
Yeah. Willian's Chelsea leftovers. They didn't want them anymore. He was broken down, like he was like an old car, and they gave him to us. Martinelli, young, fresh, fit, and strong. Why they don't play him anymore? And he's a real handful, Martinelli. I'm a big fan of his. Real handful. I mean, he showed the younger guys, he showed Lacazette, I remember in a couple of games, how to actually volley the ball. I mean, I don't know, is this something they don't practice in training much? Martinelli came on, and he was actually volleying the ball like you're meant to volley a ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, their technique is just better than the older players. I can't, like Saka, his technique is better than a lot of the players in the team. Smith Rowe, good technique. Martinelli, good technique. He gets over the ball, balanced. He hits the ball, he volleys it with a bit of intensity, and he smashes it at the goal. They have to get a good block on it to stop it. He doesn't put it wide, he gets it on the goal. He's a handful. He winds up for the overhead kick. You can see him winding up for it when the ball is coming in. Yeah. He's a handful. I mean, they have to watch him. He puts himself in there. He gets in the mix. If he goes for it and he can't finish it, the ball could break anywhere. You just have to snap it up. You know, we need someone that's like the fox in the box, if you want to put it. I believe, though, let's move on to the Leicester. I think they're going to absolutely... Oh, that's going to be a hard game. The Leicester game is going to be absolutely... Yeah. We'll talk about that another day, but I'm just going to ask you, if there was a couple of players that you could bring in, who would you bring in, just to finish? Who would you bring in for Arsenal if you could?
Realistic, or who I would bring in?
Just tell me what players you like that you would bring in.
I'd bring in Lamptey, maybe.
Yeah.
Lamptey. I'd bring him, but some people say he's too short and he gets caught up defensively, but if we're playing...
That's worse than Bellerin.
Yeah, much better than Bellerin. 100%. I'd sell Bellerin in an instant. I'll get rid of him now. I'd bring in, as I said, Basuma. I'd bring in Martinelli. I'd bring in who else? Hopefully we could get Jack Grealish. It's not been out. So, oh my God, you can't get Jack Grealish. But if we've got the money and we've got the space and we free up people, then we could get him, honestly, and we can push for a top 4 with those 3 signings. But I'll give you a couple. I know you didn't ask for this, but I'll give you 5 people I'd sell. I'd sell Bellerin. I'd sell Xhaka. I'd sell Elneny. I wouldn't sell Luis because apparently I've got reports coming in. There's reports coming in that he wants to be a player coach so he can help the players develop. Like, he can stay at the club and be like a Peter Cech, what he does at Chelsea. So I don't mind Luis doing that. I mean, he'll be on cheap wages as well because he took a pay cut. I'd sell... Who else would I sell? Maybe Lacazette. Maybe, because he's getting a bit old now. Although he's one of my favourite players at this team. I mean, like, I don't know.
He's limited. He's a limited player, I think. I don't know. He's just a limited striker.
Yeah.
Giroud was way better than him. Giroud was very good.
Giroud's goal yesterday. And I'd sell... who else would I sell? Runnison. He needs to go. I can't blame Runnison. No, he's 25 years old and he's making those mistakes. You can't do that. And just a question for you. Would you at the end of the season, we've got Odegaard and we've got Ceballos. Would you sign him?
Odegaard and Ceballos?
Yeah, would you sign?
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. I love Ceballos, big fan. Odegaard is a class player. They are head and shoulders above Xhaka and Elneny. Head and shoulders above Bellerin.
Yeah.
Absolutely, without a doubt, pen to paper, get those two signed.
Yeah.
I like the way they do business. I like those players. Yeah, their names would be almost first on the team sheet. I mean, we need strength and depth. We need guys that can pass and move. It's now a pass and move game with the ball.
Yeah.
Guys that are mobile, quick, agile, and they're not the biggest of guys. They can turn fast, they can react. You know what I mean? They're not heavy and clumsy. That's the way the game is going.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, the two of them, like the technique that Odegaard has, without doubt, 100% signed them.
And
we had a choice.
And we still got Saliba coming next year with Guendouzi
as well. Once the whole video controversy, once that goes away, you know, his I'm not going to comment on it now on my channel because I could get banned off YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know.
And Lucas Torreira's coming back as well. I liked him, but he was too small, I think. But he just needed. I think a good partnership will be Torreira and Partey. I think that would be a good partnership.
He's like a pit bull. He's like a little pit bull.
Pardon?
He's like a little pit bull.
Yeah.
He's at the other player. He's attacking him.
Yeah.
He puts pressure on. He's getting a foot in. Yeah, actually, I like that player. I like him too.
Yeah.
But see, we have so many players. There's guys on loan, guys to come back in, guys to just. Arteta is like, it's like a rabbit caught in the headlights. I honestly think that.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow the game is winnable. We should win that match.
Yeah.
So we'll see then what happens. Obviously, we're going to do our fan cam afterwards. Just so you know, guys, we're going to do a fan cam tomorrow. Myself, Drawnbydre will be there. A couple of other Gooners, a couple of lads from South America. Arsenal, Alex is going to be there. So we're going to have a chat after the Benfica game. And we're going to talk about a few things. So you should definitely check that out. Last word to you, my friend. I'll give you the last word.
Just check me out my YouTube channel, Drawnbydre. I just hit 100 subscribers, and thanks for having me on.
Congratulations!
And I'll have you on, and I'll see you on Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow after the game.
Yeah.
All
tomorrow.
Right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow after the game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we leave it there. Catch us tomorrow for the review of hopefully, it's a good game for Arsenal. Qualification to the next one to the Europa League. Come on, you Gooners.
Come on.